Ah, yes, ski jumping. And jumping right into the finals is a red-hot Joe Berardi. He's won 2 matches, Mark Roth and Pete Weber. Big 258 in the last game of 9. Strauss is greeted very warmly by this capacity crowd here at Gable House for the AC Delco Classic. 3rd consecutive week on television, Walter Ray Williams. Berardi shoots first.
Boy, he looks smooth in an opening shot, Berardi, and I know not to bet my money against players who have pregnant wives at home, so Berardi's going to be awfully tough to beat by the man who has somewhat dominated pro bowling the last 2 years, Walter Ray Williams, Jr.
And the bachelor opens with a strike. 28-year-old Walter Ray Williams, 6'2", 180 pounds. What's the replay?
The style we've come to see so many times on ABC's championship rounds of the Pro Bowlers Tour. Walter Ray Williams Jr. realigns that swing at the top and just has, I feel, the best natural ability of getting the ball in the pocket of anybody out here on the tour. He just has such great hand-eye coordination.
Leaving a 10-pin, the 4-time world adult horseshoe pitching champion. He's been carrying a horseshoe this week with a 231 average.
Fantastic as he switches balls to a harder shell ball with less surface friction to slide that ball across lane into the 10-pin. Carefully sets himself on the approach. Fingertip grip. No problem.
1986 Player of the Year when he won 3 titles on television 9 times. Joe Berardi, whose last singles victory was the 1983 Firestone Tournament of Champions. Won a double championship in between. Two-bagger for Berardi.
Berardi at 18 miles an hour, Walter Ray Williams Jr. at 19. The game is on. When you see Berardi coming straight through the shot with his arm directly towards the target instead of right or left, look out. He bowls as well as anybody who ever put a pair of bowling shoes on. Watch that arm swing. See if it goes through to the target. Look at the little mental preparation. He has 2 in a row, going for 3.
That side strikes, he is the champion today, I'll tell you. 3 in a row.
Another great break as he crosses over to the, we'll have to call it the Berardi side now. He's really patented that shot in key situations as he kind of lightheartedly says something to Frank Esposito, the television coordinator right on the side. Let's see how Walter Ray Williams reacts to that lucky break.
High hit, leaving the 6-10.
Deadeye just a little too quick to the foul line, 6-10. Remember, he was in the pocket the first 2 frames, so he's not lost for where the pocket is. It's just a matter of getting his into the rhythm of the match. A great come from behind player.
Okay, we asked Walter earlier that he's lost the last 2 television appearances. What's his game plan today?
Well, I think for any match, you just have to go out there and throw the best shot you can, and when the bad break happens, just let it go and keep plugging away. I think that's what got me 2 weeks ago, and last week I just didn't get the break. So hopefully this week I can throw the good shots and get the breaks.
What a match game player. Won 17 of 24 matches, getting him to the top as our tournament leader. We'll be back.
Bowling's best are on a roll. It's the $150,000 Quaker State Open next Saturday on ABC's Professional Bowlers Tour.
Here in the AC Delco Classic, we started with a field of 160, and now we are down to the final 2.
Big field, Chris, 160. You see the average is up to 219 for the top 24. And let's look at some of those players. Lightfoot close. Dave Arnold, the early leader. Palmer Falgren, solid tenor. He makes the top 5. There's Steele Smith again. Showboat champion Wagner. Dave Ferraro, great year. Harry O'Sullivan, we saw him in there. James Miller, Jeff Rickles. Hanley had 18 200 games in the qualifier. Big Mark Baker. Mats Carlson up there. Karch, watch that guy. Throws it good. Mike Miller's family was here watching. Randy Peterson, the great young player. Craig Rourke, 2 out of 3 weeks. Edwards, your guy. Schwartzberger up there, and Jim Tilton round out the top 24. And here we go into the 4th frame. Berardi has 3 strikes in a row, leads by 22. Chris, let's see if he can win the tournament, but more importantly, continue that string that we know that can be done on this pair.
From the last game to now, 8 in a row. Finished with 5. Shot a big 258. Untouched 7.
Berardi in the last 2 shots. Watch that arm swing. As if it comes through towards the target, directly towards his target, you can bet he's going to be on track.
Okay. 24 miles an hour on that shot. Don't forget a faster speed on the downhill competition from Austria on Wide World next, along with United States Figure Skating Championship coverage, the pairs competition. So beautiful to watch. The downhill, so exciting to see.
Berardi taking his time, collecting his thoughts. Watch the arm swing of Berardi as he comes through the shot. Here he goes, top of the swing. Pretty good shot there, straight through.
Getting rid of the 10 at the last moment.
That's the key. When that arm swing comes straight through the target, you get maximum leverage. Watch him come right underneath. Watch it now. Watch it come straight underneath. See that arm swing come straight through. It's like curling a barbell. You maximize the momentum, and he drove out the 10. He keeps the pressure on Walter Ray, who has a strike working.
1986 Player of the Year. Last year winning 143,000, the year before 145.
His march to the #1 position. You see the 1st, 2nd, 3rd. Those are 6-game qualifying rounds, 18 games in all. Then the 4th and 5th and 6th are match play, 8 games, total of 42 games. Walter Ray Williams was #1, but to maintain that position, he has to win this last and 43rd game. He now trails by 11, can cut the lead to 1 with a strike.
Cal Poly Pomona with a degree in physics. Laid it on. 3-bagger. Now trailing by 1 as Berardi is up with a strike working shooting in the 6th.
What a match play game player we have out here. Both players. Berardi experience came up through the tough match game competition of the East Coast, New Jersey, New York City area. Walter Ray, the California gambler, going at head to head. Top of the line action.
That time, not the result he wanted.
The baby split, the 3-10 split. Joe will have to convert this to maintain his lead. He cuts right through the middle of the pins, and what he needs to do is get that ball between the 3 and 10 pins. Let the ball deflect from the 3 pin into the 10.
25 miles an hour on that shot. Joe Berardi, 33 years old.
Watch the action as the ball bounces off the 3 pin, it slides into the 10, converts the split. Just nicks it. Berardi maintains a 1-pin lead through 6.
Second to 7. Anxious moments, right, Joe? But here now is Walter Ray Williams, who, as a horseshoe champion, had 8 perfect games, tied a world record with 72 consecutive ringers over 3 games.
To take the lead, he needs this strike.